Okay, everybody was wondering if SummerSlam was going to deliver. Everybody was questioning it the whole week in the YWC. Oh, SummerSlam just looks like a terrible card. Every once in a while, you have a pay-per-view that on paper looks awesome, but guess what? It ends up being shit. And then there are those times where you have a pay-per-view that doesn't look appealing whatsoever on paper, but then it delivers. And SummerSlam, in my opinion, was one of those pay-per-views. It didn't look well on paper, but God, it was entertaining and very enjoyable. Probably, I would say, a lot better than last year's SummerSlam. And SummerSlam last year was a good pay-per-view. But there were a lot of great surprises in this SummerSlam. And no, not everybody won that should have won. But if you take that away and just look at the entertainment value, you will see that, man, it really was a good show. First match of the night, Intercontinental Championship match. Dolph Ziggler going up against Kofi Kingston. Now, I thought this was going to be the match of the night. And the match was looking that way. It was very entertaining, back and forth action. However, the Nexus, they came and interfered into the match, caused the match to be a no contest. It kind of disappointed me at first because I really wanted to see a match between Ziggler and Kofi Kingston without any kind of interference. However, it's okay because the Nexus was doing their thing. They were trying to make themselves look dominant, and they did so by interfering in this match. So this match was a no contest. But the match was still good, so that's what I ranked it as. I ranked it good because it was good up to that moment. The next match was the Divas match, Alicia Fox against Mileena. This was a 5-minute match. Mileena had a new costume. She looked kind of like a peacock. And then her ring attire was a flesh tone outfit. It looked like she had no pants on, which was very awesome. But the match was actually really good. I enjoyed it. Mileena wins. She's the new Divas champion. Next match is the handicap match, the Shredder Society against the Big Show. This match was just okay. The Big Show won. Of course, I guess he should have won. He is the Big Show. He's a big giant. He should actually dominate a match as such. The match was 7 minutes long. I just thought it was okay. I really didn't think it delivered like it should have. So The Miz comes out right after that, declaring how he is going to join Team Raw and win the match for him. You know, The Miz is going to cause Team Raw to win. And that was that. He actually had some really good one-liners in that little promo that he did, but I'm not going to go through all that. The next match was the WWE Championship match, Sheamus and Randy Orton. Now, this match I wasn't quite sure about. Wasn't sure how well it was going to be because Randy Orton and Sheamus had a match back at the Royal Rumble. It was an okay match, but I was really hoping this match would deliver. And let me tell you, this match was entertaining. This match was actually great. And the outside action in the match was just tremendous. Both Sheamus and Randy Orton were beating each other to hell outside of the ring. A lot of great back and forth action. A lot of great near falls. Sheamus tries to get a chair. He brings it into the ring. The ref grabs the chair. Sheamus is trying to get the chair back from the ref, and in doing so, he causes the ref to fall out of the ring. The ref DQs Sheamus, and the match ended like that. I was really disappointed with that ending. I wasn't disappointed with the fact that Sheamus got a chair, because, you know, he's a heel, yeah, sure. But the ref should have just grabbed a chair. They should have got out of the ring, and then they should have continued the match. But whatever. The match was 19 minutes long. Really great amount of time for the match, and I really enjoyed the match. Even with the crappy DQ finish, the match was still good, and it probably would have been match of the night had that not have happened, but you know, it was still a great match. Next we have the World Heavyweight Championship match, Rey Mysterio and Kane. This is the match that surprised me the most. I went into this match looking at it as if, man, this is going to be a beer match. This is going to be a bathroom break match. But my God, it was none of the above. It was fantastic. It was a really great match. Had some great back and forth action between both Kane and Rey Mysterio. And you know, Kane actually dominates in the match. Yeah, Rey Mysterio gets some offense as well, but Kane is a near 7-foot tall man going up against a guy that's barely even 5 foot, if that. And he actually does what he's supposed to. So Kane wins via the choke slam. Right after that, he tries to put Rey Mysterio into the casket. Rey Mysterio somehow manages to get away, and then Kane tries to grab him again and put him in the casket, but when he opens the casket up again the second time, the Undertaker is in the freaking casket. So the Undertaker makes his return after being gone for like, what, 4 or 5 months. He then goes into the ring and looks as if he's going to try and destroy Rey Mysterio, but he doesn't attack Rey Mysterio. He goes after Kane, but here is the great part. You would think the Undertaker would totally dominate Kane, but that didn't happen whatsoever. Kane wins the match, plus he makes the Undertaker his bitch, all in the same night. All in the same match. It was awesome. Kane gets the tombstone on the Undertaker and is standing victorious, still the World Heavyweight Champion. It was awesome. The Undertaker comes back and gets his ass handed to him by Kane. It was great. I mean, that right there really made this match worthwhile. And now we have the last match of the night, the main event. You want to talk about some surprises. This match had some surprises, and right off the bat it had surprises. They introduce Nexus, they come out, and then they introduce John Cena and the rest of his cronies, Team WWE, whatever you want to call it. But John Cena is not wearing his normal ring attire. Now you might be asking yourself, what? No orange shirt? You got that right. The orange shirt is gone. Now he's rocking a purple one. I'm not saying it's any better, but the orange shirt is gone. So that's definitely a plus in my book for sure. So John Cena, he comes out. Everyone else comes out. Edge comes out. R-Truth, Jericho, Morrison, Bret Hart. Then The Miz comes out. John Cena grabs the mic. He's like, listen, Miz, you're not in this match. We've all came to a decision that you're out and that we got somebody else to take your place. He's like, somebody that hates the Nexus just as bad as we do. And he introduces probably the biggest shocker of the whole night. He introduced Daniel Bryan as the 7th member of Team WWE. I was marking out. I did not see that coming. I don't think anybody saw that coming. And it was such a great moment for this SummerSlam. So the match begins, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you guys who got eliminated by who and what order and all that good stuff. So the first person to get eliminated was Darren Young. He got eliminated by Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan made him tap out like a bitch. And after that, you had John Morrison eliminating Michael Tarver. Then we had Team WWE starting to lose members, and we had John Morrison, who was eliminated by Skip Sheffield. Then R-Truth was eliminated by Skip Sheffield. Then we had Bret Hart, who got DQ'd. Now let me talk about Bret Hart. Bret Hart actually got into the match and actually wrestled. He actually did a good job. He didn't do much. He wasn't in the match long, but he did some old, vintage, if you will, Bret Hart moves, and they were very awesome to see. I think he did a great job. But he got DQ'd when he grabbed a chair and started beating up Nexus with it. So the ref DQ'd him, and that was that with Bret Hart. Next, Skip Sheffield was eliminated by Edge. Then David Otunga was eliminated by Jericho. Jericho was then eliminated by Heath Slater. Then Edge was eliminated by Heath Slater. And then we lost Heath Slater via Bryan Danielson. And then Daniel Bryan was eliminated by Wade Barrett. And then Justin Gabriel was eliminated by John Cena. And then John Cena eliminates Wade Barrett. So Team WWE wins this match. Now, I wanted to see Nexus win. I really did. And I think everybody else wanted to see Nexus win as well, because to me that would have made the most sense. However, I'm going to put that aside and just look at the match as a whole. The match was entertaining. The match was almost 40 minutes long. I was entertained the entire time. It was very good. John Cena didn't even step foot into the ring until over halfway through the match, which kind of made me think that maybe something was going to be cooking with John Cena, like he had maybe something up his sleeve, so to speak. But none of that happened. You know, actually, when I saw the new shirt, the new purple and yellow John Cena shirt, I was like, well, I guess John Cena's not going to turn heel. But regardless of all that, Team WWE wins. That's fine. But Daniel Bryan is back, which is a huge plus for this whole pay-per-view. Undertaker is back, which is another huge plus for this pay-per-view. And here's another thing. Daniel Bryan got eliminated in the match only because The Miz came out during the match, took the money in the bank briefcase, and slammed upside the head with it. So now we've got Daniel Bryan and The Miz back together in a possible feud. Let's hope it happens that way. We can see Daniel Bryan and The Miz having a nice U.S. title feud. That would be very awesome. And, you know, a John Cena heel turn did not happen. I'm not saying that it won't. It very well possibly still could happen. Who knows? But that was it. I thought the pay-per-view was great. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. And let me talk about another thing real quick. The commentating with Matt Striker and Michael Cole and Jerry King Lawler was really good. I especially liked Michael Cole when the Team Raw, Team Nexus match started, because he was heel. And it was awesome to hear Michael Cole as a heel. And I can also give more credit to WWE for actually using the entire 3 hours for this pay-per-view. That's right, they used the entire 3 hours. This pay-per-view went off like at 10:57. I mean, they had minutes to spare. And I really enjoyed all of that. And I think WWE totally delivered. What doesn't look good on paper doesn't always mean that it's going to look bad on TV. And they really impressed me. I thought the pay-per-view was great. Let me know what you think, what you like, what you dislike. And that's my opinion. This is Gold Izzy. Peace out.